Arsenal a bit more, like we'll see at the end of the game. They really had a go at Arsenal, but it wasn't to be. They, like I said, they played into Arsenal's hands. Arsenal's closing down was very, very good. And see, this is a start. You see, everybody's really tight. Eddie Nketiah's in on him, and then bang. You know, this could have easily been avoided without a shadow of a doubt. Mo Elneny again having a fantastic game. Great run from Ødegaard. This was happening all game. They had a lot of joy down this side. Rafinha wasn't giving Haaland too much help, and he had a field day today for Gabriel Martinelli. You know, a lot of space to run into. You could see him there in a load of space again. You know, to take on Luke Ayling. And I think that this was one of those. Every time I see it, I'm thinking, can Eddie maybe head this one, get the hat-trick? It's a great ball from him. You know, he peels off nicely, goes with his foot, but like it was a very, very good performance. That's got to go in that instance of the game.
So it may sound like grumpy old men, but it's our age-old. Sometimes it is all right to hoof it.
Absolutely.
No harm, especially in the early part of the game when you're thinking, you know the situation you're in. Don't put yourself under any pressure. Don't make any stupid mistakes for the first 10 or 15 minutes and invite pressure onto you. Yeah.
Eddie Nketiah, if you were in his situation, what would you do at the end of this season? Because it's a really instant dilemma for him.
It is, and, you know, it's a great dilemma for him. You know, he's somebody that... I listened to him on the Beautiful Game podcast, and he was talking about not having a run. He says, I've not even had 3 games on the spin. If I could get some games on the run and I'm not scoring and I'm not doing it, then I can totally understand people saying maybe I'm not ready in that. But he says, just give me a run of games. Giving him a run of games at this stage of the season, and if he can continue to score the goals that's going to fire Arsenal into 4th, then you have to say to yourself, well, if he did leave Arsenal, obviously he's in the window, if he does want to leave, I don't know what's going on with that, but he's going to be playing Champions League. Where's he going to leave from now to go to play Champions League, and is he going to get the time?
He's got to want to start though, hasn't he, for Arsenal in the future? And it's highly likely that Arsenal are going to try and sign a big hitter centre forward in the
particularly
if
they get Champions League football.
Well, even if they don't, they've got to sign a forward.
At the same time,
so he's got to start.
He'll want to start. Yeah. He's shown what he's capable of doing when he starts, but at the same time, you've still got to back yourself. Is he going to leave Arsenal and go somewhere else? And if Arsenal do get Champions League, what he's showing now is given the opportunity, I can score goals. You know, if they do bring someone else in, at least, you know, he's going to get the opportunity because he's shown that he can score goals.
But very quickly, he'll need some reassurance from the club. Yeah. He'll need to feel...
He's in a great position now.
Yeah.
He's in a great position to maybe negotiate something and say, listen, he's in a great position to leave if he wants to leave, or he's in a great position to stay. I'd love him to stay.
Just on Leeds, it was a red card that could have a big effect for the rest of their season because Luke Ayling will now miss the last 3 games.
It's a crazy challenge. It's a crazy challenge. Rightly mentioned it. It's out of frustration because he was being run ragged from Martinelli, albeit he wasn't getting a lot of help. But I mean, look at that. What is he thinking of? The problems that Leeds have had this season, all being that player, they've not been able to get all their players out onto the pitch because of injuries. You come to the end of the season and he does that challenge and he's now out of it.
I tell you what, with Rafinha, you know, when you look at the amount of bookings that Leeds have had, you know, for him.
We started really well with the right determination, attitude, quality. We were at them. We didn't allow them to breathe. We generated chance after chance, scored 2 goals, and we started really good. After the sending off, we should have scored the 3rd goal. And when you don't do that, I think it's the only shot that they had. They scored, and then, yes, it's nervy. This is the Premier League, and they don't need any teams to generate a goal. So at the end, we suffered much more than what we needed.
How frustrating was that for you? I suppose the level of defence, but also allowing them back in with only 10 men on the pitch?
It happened, a long ball, they generated a corner and they scored from that corner. It's something that can happen, we must prevent it, but it was more about the lack of probably efficiency in the final balls and in the final kick to score the 3rd one, then the game is over.
Eddie Nketiah, 2 goals from him, once again proving how important he is. How important is it for you to secure his future here?
Well, he's doing what he's done all season. When he's been on the bench, when he's been sitting at home, or when he's on the pitch. This boy doesn't change. That's why we absolutely adore him, and he deserves what is happening to him.
Yeah, obviously, we make some fatal errors, and then, you know, we have to fight through the game. And I will say that we did. Second half was very good. And that's what we talked about at halftime, that we weren't going to dig a bigger hole for ourselves, that we were going to defend hard as a group, and that maybe we could get a goal with a set piece and make it interesting. Yeah, so we did that, and I thought the second half performance was very good.
How important is it for your team to draw on that moment, those moments in the game where you could have been forgiven for